Alright guys, that's kind of an interesting camera angle. No pun intended, but this video was originally supposed to go on the other channel, backslash at 02 Fitness, but those idiots got I don't know, I made some comments about blow vid and they fucking, they restricted my ability to upload videos or whatever. Oh, it's medical misinformation. Okay, whatever, I don't really care. So it's gonna go on this channel, and it's about something I've been thinking about doing. Then I figured, I'm not gonna put it out there because I just put it on my website and www.theorexusefitness.com. The site's currently down because we're moving to higher grade infrastructure, and I guess I could spend all my time getting my sites back up and all that. But right now, I'm just so relaxed out. I don't want to fuck with it. My books are out there on so many different platforms. You can buy them from anywhere. Now, I get most of my sales from my site, but I'm hardly chasing a sale right now, if you get my drift. And sometimes, man, like with everything else I do, those sites are down because some motherfuckers did me wrong. And they're gonna fucking pay. I don't care if it takes me a while to get my sites back up. I mean, I could get them back up tomorrow if I wanted to, but I'm just enjoying the complete break, I'm still working out, I'm still doing my own thing, and anyway, this video is about something, an exercise, the splits, which a lot of people overlook, but again, like with pull-ups, like with, everything I do pull-up wise, people want to fucking do it. Now, a sizable majority of those people, they don't want to fucking pay for it to learn how to do it, which, and they get pissed off, and I don't teach them for free. Well, that's just how it is, my friend. This video is going to be about 2 exercises that will help you to get really, really good at the Jean-Claude Van Damme split, is what I call it, because he's by far the best at it. The JCVD split, like I call it, and it ain't got nothing to do with how big you are, how strong you are, you can be at any fitness level, you can do it. Remember, this is coming from a guy who could barely. My hamstrings have always been the tightest part of my body ever since I grew up, ever since I was a little kid, too much sitting around and all that kind of thing. Let's see, and we'll see if we can get better angles and all this. Let's move this a little here. The thing is, I don't really have somebody to video me, so I gotta do all this shit myself, which is great. I don't mind that, but I don't wanna. Alright. Yeah, that should show you what you need to know. So, when you start out, you're not gonna be able to go much further than this in the splits. And by the way, my 2 books, Isometric and Flexibility Training, Advanced Profound Isometric and Flexibility Training, nowhere in there will you see that I write about constantly drinking water while stretching, but it's something that's immensely helpful. Also, another thing, it's immensely helpful because, as you keep stretching, if you're doing it right, not just a quick stretch, you're not just working the muscles and tendons at a very deep level, but you're getting rid of impurities through your entire core, which is very important for those of you with constipation issues, stuffed up, the lower abs. The people focus on the wrong parts of their body. Everybody focuses on this, but it's really the lower abs that really build those abs. People focus on the six-pack, but it's really the sides that get the job done. People focus on the chest, but it's really shoulders and back that gets the job done. Anyway, so to get good at the splits, I've told you many ways in those 2 books, which you can pick up. And for those of you that want to buy directly from me, just contact me. Or just wait until next week, the site will be back up. But if you want it now, then just contact me. You should. If you contact me directly, I can do a lot for you that I can't otherwise. But anyway, so I'm going to just show you how to get from this position or even this. A lot of you won't even be able to do this to almost fully all the way out, or as far as we can go. From a guy that's never been able to do them all his life, from a guy that could barely touch his toes without his knees bending, quite an accomplishment. Anyway, the first thing you want to get very good at, I did this video on YouTube, an Indian prison workout. And that's what it is you want to get very good at this exercise, and you want to get good at it either in this position with your legs this way, or I prefer doing it this way but it might be easier. And you can see that video at /#0choosefitness. It's basically a nose to the grindstone video. They actually used to do this in a lot of brutal Indian prisons. They still do it to this day. You're sitting like this and you're just grinding, that grindstone all day. Now, this is an easier version. When you do it workout-wise, you want to bend all the way and go so this way. Okay? And that's why I like to do it with legs, in the split position. So you start here. This is, even if you can't get the splits, if you get good at this workout, your splits will improve dramatically. And once the side splits happen, the front splits are easy peasy. So this is how you do it. Like you had a circular grindstone in front of you, and you're just grinding all day. Really bend and feel it here. Your motion should come from here, and here. Make sure the back of your knee is completely straight and not like this. Okay? There. You see it? Now, even for someone like me, it helps to do this. Okay? That's something you should do for at least 20 to 30 reps. And you want to make sure you don't just do a light version like this. That's good, but you want to bend all the way and go up to here and here, your toes. So this way. Okay? And you want to go in both directions. And just like in a regular grindstone, you want that way. Okay? You really want to visualize. In Hindi, they call this Chakki Pisna. Chakki is a grindstone and Pisna is the circular motion, I guess. That's what they call it there. Now, you'll have to be careful. A lot of you won't be able to. This is something every martial art does for ours. I've spoken a lot on my website, my videos, about how our Taekwondo teacher used to make us do the splits. It was one of the most painful things for me back then, and I used to be good at push-ups even back then. He used to congratulate me, but he used to laugh at my splits, and he used to tell my partner, we had these partners that would pry our legs open. It was brutal, and we'll get this guy going, my mom took me out of Taekwondo class at the age of 9th grade or whatever. He used to ask me why I don't show up. They didn't have a choice back then anyway. And that was part of the reason for my always forever weak hamstrings, too much sitting around and, bookworm thing and all that. But so something a lot of people have asked me is, I promote and champion the idea of these quick workouts. So why do I stretch for these long periods of time? Well, stretching is different from working out. First of all, you don't need forever to stretch. You can get good benefits in just 10-15 minute isometric workouts, but you don't need to climb hills like I did in China for 4 hours a day in blazing hot tropical, subtropical weather, right? But sometimes doing that shit gets you in the best shape of your life, not just physically, but mentally. You're pushing yourself mentally. Believe me, when it's that hot that the Chinese who are used to it are collapsing, and they've got these big-ass bottles of water, and ambulances are showing up. Literally, they climb Helicopters would fly in there, carrying people out because it was just so damn. Like I tell you in 16 Inspirational Fitness Recollections, it was so hot, like in the James Hadley Chase book, The Vulture is a Patient Bird. He speaks about it being so hot that 1 minute in the jungle in South Africa, it would rain and you'd be drenched the next minute. Sun's out, blazing hot, you'd be drenched again, hell, with your own sweat. Kelly, a student of mine, once looked at me and I put my head down, and this is something that caused my YouTube video to get banned or whatever for saying shit like it was, and sweat was just dripping off of me in the fucking shower, like I stepped out of the shower. She was like, this is real hill climbing. A lot of these sports persons these days, these pansies, I was literally watching a match between India and Australia the other day. A couple of these Australian batsmen, which was I love Australia, man, and part of the reason I love Australia is they never say die spirit, real man spirit, but they've lost it, Like Glenn, a friend of mine said, overpaid, they're just overpaid pansies these days. And Mitchell Marsh, it's so hot, and he's finding every excuse to get off the field, then he gets off the field. Reminds me of Dean Jones in Chennai in, I believe, 97. Big Matt the Bat, Matthew Hayden, batting for days in the fucking Sharjah heat, They didn't complain back then. Back then, they made him tough. And these guys, Dean Jones was vomiting, literally, during a 5-day fucking test match, and he saved it for his country. There were minutes he wanted to come back in and say, I can't do this anymore. His captain told him, if you do that, I'm going to brand you a fucking pussy for the rest of your life. That hit home. He got the job done. These days, that spirit, people, it reminds me of what my dad once told me when I was learning tennis in the middle of summer in India. For some reason, they chose 9 o'clock in the morning to do it. And the swimming was done at 6 o'clock in the evening when it should have been the opposite. My grandfather had it spot on. He used to take us swimming or me, I was the only one that went at 4 o'clock in the morning. And anyway, Dad was like, do you need a water pipe? Should I get one installed here? Because I kept taking these water breaks. And anyway, you gotta get tough, man. And people were tough back then. These days, people have just lost it, especially some of these sports people that get paid millions of dollars for doing things quickly. Now, the splits, isometrics, they just work a lot better, man. And a lot of people need a lot of time to get good at something, pull-ups included, splits, pull-ups. And the longer you do something, you can't get away from the grind. The longer you do something, the better you get at it. Okay, that's just a fact. So anyway, getting back to it, in the book, you won't see me specifically saying that this nose to the grindstone exercise is one of the most effective to get better at the splits. But look, I just did it for 2 rounds, and see? This works this part of the body and the core and everything internally in ways normal stretching won't. Okay? That exercise I haven't mentioned in any of my books. Maybe I will someday. There's another one that I did mention, the butterfly exercise, but I'm going to talk about that later. The next thing you should aim at getting very good at is getting your head as far down as you can to your thighs, okay, while in the splits. This way. Now you don't want to push too hard, and you might not be, even I can't go all the way down, but the more or I can go pretty close if I want to, but the more this isn't about me, this is about you. So the more some of you may just be able to do this without your hamstrings screaming, okay? So you wanna hold your foot like that, and you simply wanna breathe and hold that position. You feel a pull all along this part of your body, okay? that's something you want to get very good at, that position. And again, you should do that. You can do it this way. Okay. Keep bending forward. Okay. Don't expect to touch your chest to the floor instantly. Okay. Uh, but again, that nose to the grindstone cannot be overemphasized. Okay. And don't just think it's too simple or too boring or too easy. It's not. All right. Those of you with stomach issues, IBS, I've had constipation all my fucking life. You know, uh, instantly, problem's gone. Okay. The last exercise is again another one that I haven't mentioned. See, I'm opening up again. All right. Yeah. See, I didn't even. I'm just prying my own legs open, right, until I get to the complete, the full split position, right. Um, Now I guess I could put this camera over there. I don't know. I don't need to. I think you get my point. But the last exercise, or the second last one that I want to cover is, and I know this has been a long video, I've spoken about a lot of things, is getting your forearms to the floor while in the splits, okay? That's something a lot of people don't know about, and most people focus on getting this to this way. Okay, you simply, and believe me, this is a lot tougher than it looks. A lot of you'll stop here. You won't, because your hamstrings simply won't allow it. Okay, you want to make sure. Another tip that I don't mention specifically: the back of your knee here needs to be straight. Even that's really how you activate. And the back of your knee is one of the weakest parts of your body. Everybody. If a martial artist kicks you here, he could permanently disable you, believe me. And every martial artist knows that, so they make sure to strengthen that part of their body as much as they can, possibly can. Okay. So, and in all this, you'll want to make sure you keep your back straight, chin tucked. Okay, you do that from different positions. You want to make sure you get it this all the way or as far as you can go. And that opens up the hamstrings a lot more. It doesn't replace the nose to the grindstone, but it supplements and complements it very nicely. So there we go. Okay. And if you have a partner, then it helps if they can pry your legs open. I got better at it doing it myself with my own hands. But so these two exercises, the grindstone and this, okay? Hold this for time, do it for reps. It will help immensely. And then the other thing that I just showed you, the other exercise, and I should have shown you this at the beginning, is something mentioned in Fast and Furious Fitness, which I still have the book sitting around behind me or in front of me. The butterfly exercise, okay? Basically something to open up the groin, but even a lot of you advanced guys, uh, will be well served by doing it, okay? So that is essentially, in this position, you put the soles of your feet together, bring, and again, all of this, a lot of people call me a yoga guru, but it's not about what you classify it as. Nomenclature is not the point. And uh, just because of my background, my ethnic origin, I mean, I don't know the why of yoga. I just do a lot of things which are also done in yoga, okay? I'm not a yoga expert. I'm not a yoga guru. I really have no interest in it, but people still call me that. I don't know. That's now that I cut my hair, and but anyway, maybe because of my long hair, people used to call me Jesus, yoga guru. Anyway, you put the soles of your feet together, and like a butterfly, you'll be working from here, that part of your body, okay, the joints, and you don't just, okay, what I showed you was this. You really want to go, okay, all the way, as far as you can go. In fact, even this way, down. Some of you may find the down phase easier. Okay, that way. It'll really snap this part of your body open, the joints, and it helps immensely in the splits. Okay, so again, this way, and you'll even feel a breeze as you do this naturally, if you're doing it, okay, that way, like a butterfly. And some other basic stretches you should get good at, which once you get good at what I told you, will be easy. One of them is you put your legs together, and you can't see my feet, but you put your hands underneath the soles of your feet, and this way, okay, that way. And that's another one, okay. Okay, that's another one. Oh yeah, I gotta check the comments setting because I'm sure a lot of trolls are already gearing up. Eventually, you'll get really good at the splits if you do what I tell you, and you'll be able to. Now the front splits. Let's put this here, and let's sort of do this. The front splits are something where, you see a lot of guys that fall into the splits like this, legs. Now, I wouldn't advocate you to do that now, but for the front splits, once you get good at what I'm showing, you'll be able to do stuff like that. Okay, we'll get the camera at a better sort of angle or something. Let's see it better. Let me put it here and here, 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 here. Okay. And so you see a lot of guys that they'll like this, you'll see guys that'll simply fall into the splits. Well, from this position, and this is more for the front splits, you get your legs as far wide open as you can, and you touch your forehead, which you saw me do, to your knee. That might be very difficult for a lot of people. But again, you'll see me here, that way, okay? Okay, that way, as far as you can go, and the leg should be straight. Okay, that's another exercise that I don't talk about specifically in isometric and flexibility training, but it's another great one. Another good one is simply going this way as far as you can go, and simply, you're not going to be able to do this when you start, but simply holding this position. Now finally, the front splits, okay? Once you get good at all of what I've shown you, it'll be very easy to get good at the front splits. Again, most people focus on the front splits when they really should be doing the side splits. People love to focus on the easy stuff. I've always said, get good at the tough stuff better. Put yourself through the grind, then the easy just comes, you know. So you want to start off with your feet at an angle, 1 foot like that, 1 foot pointing straight ahead. From that position, you simply go forward. Now I'm showing you. I could simply, do this, and essentially you just go forward as far as you can go. A lot of you won't be able to go further than this for me. And then you can sit down in the splits, that's your side split, or you simply sit down and, into the front split. We'll do it on the other leg, which is my left leg, left hamstring. Has always been weaker. And if you can't get it all the way, there's no reason to panic or worry, alright? Um, Simply go slowly, put the other leg back behind you this way, and then eventually you'll simply be able to sit down like that into the front splits. Okay, but again, this isn't so much about the front splits, it's about the side splits. So I hope this video helps you guys, and to get better at getting better at the splits means every other exercise you do will improve immeasurably. I know I spoke a lot about other issues in this video. That's just how it is, That's just how it is. Hit like, subscribe, and new channel. I'll see y'all later.